It's okay in America to be successful. We should celebrate that when people are successful. What my beef is, once you get successful, don't be a greedy bastard and not pay your taxes. But I don't think we should be the party that demonizes someone because they're able to afford something or they're able to work hard and got something. What we should demonize is people like Elon Musk. And now I would argue this, we're creating a false narrative from them that everybody is super rich and has Lamborghinis and life is easy. But that's what we're gonna have to figure out in our society about social media and all those things.
When Tim Walz said billionaires should try paying taxes first if they want to run the country, Elon Musk completely lost it. He fired off 12 bizarre posts with frog memes and ancient Rome references, all because someone suggested he might need to pay his fair share. And Trump, oh, he went even more bonkers, posting this rambling, edited multiple times tantrum calling Walz jealous and ungrateful. These billionaires with their fragile egos just proved Walz's point better than he ever could. Stick around to see the full meltdown that's got everyone talking.
Saying on my phone, I don't know, some of you know this on the iPhone, they've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day.
You had Tim Walz, who's a huge jerk, running around on stage with a Tesla stock price, where the stock price had gone in half.
Well, that's a badge of honor if he thinks I am. Donald Trump won Wisconsin. I'll give him that. But he's sharing his presidency in the White House and who knows what else with this guy who's a loser.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Trump's reaction to Walz's tax comment was nothing short of a digital temper tantrum. When the president saw Walz's suggestion that billionaires should pay their taxes, he practically smashed his keyboard in rage. His Truth Social post went through 6, count 'em, 6 different edits, each one apparently angrier than the last. Imagine typing so furiously that observers described it as typing with boxing gloves on.
I don't think that Elon Musk is crying at night over Tim Walz's perception of him, to your point in the break, Cheryl, the richest man in the world. But he's being gassed up right now. He's doing these little one-man stage tours. He thinks he's a comedian. Someone told him he was funny, and I think we should keep telling him.
His state invested a majority of shares in Tesla. He was crowing the loss of value, and Elon Musk was pointing that out and asking a really important question. Who does that?
And Tim Walz, this thing for Tim Walz, I think we need to continue to gas him up, because I think he thinks he can run in 2028, and I can't think of anything better for the Republican Party than if Tim Walz runs.
The post even had what sources called an alarming shade of creamsicle, which seems fitting for the orange-tinted former commander-in-chief. What makes this even funnier is that Trump reportedly couldn't even spell governor correctly without autocorrect, which kept changing it to Grosvenor. Nothing says presidential material like not being able to spell basic government positions, am I right? But spelling issues were the least of the problems with Trump's unhinged response. In his multi-edited rant, Trump unleashed a barrage of insults aimed at Walz, calling him jealous and socialist and ungrateful. It's the political equivalent of a toddler yelling, "You're not my friend anymore."
He has this brand new idea. I've never heard of this before. Demonize the rich. Where did he come up with that?
Yet again, another Democrat. Millionaires, billionaires got to pay their fair share of taxes. Elon paid like $11 billion in taxes last year.
Yes.
So he did pay his taxes.
Yes, and not only that, Emily, he had a bonus. It was like 50 some odd billion dollars, I think. It was, and the Democrats stopped his bonus from being paid in Delaware. He is supposedly a public servant. Musk is the public servant. This guy is the public leech.
Yes. And he's like herpes, where he's always there. You can never get rid of him.
On the playground, after someone suggests they should share their toys, the personal attacks weren't just childish. They were a transparent attempt to distract from the actual issue at hand, billionaires paying their fair share of taxes. Meanwhile, Governor Walz maintained what observers described as quiet confidence, with a classic Midwestern shrug that effectively said, "I just stated a fact. Why is everyone losing their minds?" This calm demeanor created a striking contrast that only made Trump look more unhinged. While Trump was having what sources called a complete meltdown, Walz just kept on being Walz, collected, straightforward, and apparently unbothered by the chaos he'd inadvertently unleashed. The whole situation plays out like a political version of the tortoise and the hare, except in this case, the hare isn't just running around in circles. He's posting angry, misspelled rants on social media while the tortoise calmly continues on his way. It's almost too perfect a metaphor for how differently these men approach leadership and criticism. What's most revealing about this incident isn't just that Trump got triggered by a tax comment, it's how quickly his carefully constructed image of strength crumbled when faced with even the mildest criticism. All those tough guy poses, all those claims of being unflappable under pressure, and it takes just one comment about taxes from a Midwestern governor to send him into a digital tailspin? That's not exactly projecting strength and stability. The whole episode has the feel of what political commentators sometimes refer to as a David versus Goliath scenario. On one side, you've got Walz, a regular guy who worked his way up to governor, speaking plainly about taxes. On the other side, you've got Trump, a self-proclaimed billionaire with endless resources and a massive platform, completely losing his cool over a simple statement of fact. And somehow David comes out looking stronger than Goliath. This incident exposes something fundamental about certain wealthy individuals in politics, their extraordinary sensitivity to any suggestion that their money doesn't entitle them to special treatment. The emotional response reveals that beneath the bravado lies deep insecurity. After all, if you're truly confident in your position, why would a comment about paying taxes send you spiraling into an editing frenzy on social media? The contrast between Trump's reaction and Walz's composure tells us volumes about their respective leadership styles. One man can't handle even mild criticism without lashing out with personal attacks. The other states his position and stands firm without getting dragged into the mud. In the court of public opinion, it's pretty clear who demonstrated actual leadership qualities. What's perhaps most ironic about Trump's reaction is that by responding so dramatically, he only amplified Walz's original point. If a simple comment about paying taxes triggers such an extreme response, maybe there's something to the suggestion that certain wealthy individuals feel entitled to different rules than everyone else. As they say in politics, sometimes the reaction tells you more than the original statement ever could. The entire episode represents a larger truth about political discourse today. When wealth and power meet accountability, the results can be explosive. What started as a straightforward comment about fiscal responsibility transformed into a revealing moment that stripped away carefully crafted public personas and showed us who these men really are when their buttons get pushed. What's most striking about this whole mess isn't just what Walz said, but how he said it. While Musk was busy posting frog memes and Trump was having a full-blown meltdown on Truth Social, Walz just stood there, cool as a cucumber, speaking his truth without breaking a sweat. The contrast couldn't be more obvious. One side throwing a toddler-level tantrum, the other just stating facts with Midwestern calmness. It's like watching someone swat a fly and accidentally trigger a nuclear explosion. Turns out the real superpower isn't being a billionaire with a rocket company. It's having the guts to say the obvious and watch the chaos unfold.